Hi, my name is Tinu Thomas, and today we'll be talking about the human and emotion recognition on social media study. Let's start with the basics. Why was the study conducted in the first place? Emotional recognition in social media allows for a plethora of different levels of data for social media companies to use in order to cater feed to their users and monitor their health. What they're trying to figure out in this study was what people thought about having this implemented into their social media platforms. Would they be fine with it? Do they even care? This was already studied in the UK, but they also wanted insight from the US. Almost 50% of the UK participants felt that there should not be emotional recognition in social media. So, what were the major findings in this study? The participants felt that this technology would be way too manipulative and personal for use by a social media company. They also felt that emotions were too complex for a human to interpret, let alone an algorithm. How did they test this? Well, the researchers were advertising this interview all over their social media accounts and on Craigslist. They mentioned that the interview would be about people who have posted about past experiences on their social media, usually a negative one or maybe a positive one. Participants who ended up submitting the responses would be asked for a follow-up interview, which would be the main part of the study. The main interview would be about what these people were sharing about their experiences and how people feel about emotional recognition on their social media platforms. So, obviously, there's going to be some potential problems in this. One of them was, did the participants remember a specific post about an experience? Apparently, a couple of the participants actually did forget about an experience, which wouldn't directly impede the results, but it would probably be better if they remembered what it was. For the study, of course. And the second problem was, do these participants even agree with how much data social media companies are already tracking? There are social media companies under fire constantly for how they treat data and what they do with their data. So a lot of people are already wary about the use of data on these different platforms. So, were the results reliable? To start off, the sample size was pretty small. There were only 13 participants that were interviewed for the study. The researchers felt that maybe men just don't want to share their feelings, but this can seriously impact the results of the study. The researchers also noticed that 5 people in the study were people of color. They're suggesting that these people were probably more likely to be harmed with new technologies. Or maybe their voices were just less represented in the world of technology. So, what does this have to do with Kling's idea of research in social informatics? Well, to start off, the research showed exactly how people feel about the technology of facial recognition in social media platforms. Not only were the UK results pretty weary, but the US results just solidify that no one really wants to be tracked emotionally through their phones, and by a social media company at that. This also puts on the spot how many different fields are tied into emotional recognition technology. Not only are there software engineers, hardware engineers, even psychologists, but there's more to that than just having all these different fields. Who exactly suggests what is right and what is wrong with the use of this technology? It doesn't matter how much research was thrown into it, how many fields were involved, and how this technology can improve our lifestyles. In the end, if society does not want it, they will prove it by not opting in for these types of technologies. And that's what it comes down to in the end. And that was my presentation on the study of human and emotion recognition on social media. Thanks for watching.